and welcome to the Solve Trader live development stream. I'm your host, Chris Parsons, and the plan is to work on AI ships today. Let me show you where I've got to so far, because I'm pretty pleased with what we managed to do last week. We had a whole stack of different things to do, but I got AI ships working. I got some really useful debug rectangles in, which allows me to see kind of what's going on, and so I can show you all of that stuff in a minute. So if, for example, I just start off with a very simple ship flying to a particular location. So this guy is flying over there, which is cool. Just kind of shut that down. Okay, so if I just zoom out a little bit, you can see the kind of debug stuff going on in the background. If I zoom out sort of 10 times, you should be able to see him. There we go. So he is trying to get to, yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's trying to get to the moon gate. It looks like there might be an issue with his acceleration, which I've just changed, so that may be something that's causing problems. Yeah, let's just zoom back in on him. See how he's getting on. Yeah, it seems to be okay. He's just not being as successful as he used to be. And slowing down. I wonder if that's just what I've changed. So I've been working on the getting the engine acceleration in. It could be, it feels like the sim engine acceleration isn't being set, but it is being set. Because you can see there that the sim engine acceleration is being set there, and then we're using it here. I wonder if I go back to what I had before. Let me just git stash all of the stuff that I've got checked out, and then do a quick build and see if that fixes him. I'm sure that's the reason he's broken. He just doesn't seem to be slowing down. Okay, so he's now, yeah, you see he's changed his behavior. He's now slowing himself down as he gets to the right location. Yeah, there we go. Come on, you can do it. No. Now he's getting further away. Yeah, okay, now he's accelerating. So that's good. Okay, and as he's approaching, he's slowing himself right down. That's encouraging. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, there we go. He's figured it out. Okay. Cool. There we go. Now he'll jump through there, which is great. There he goes. Okay, so let me just make sure that the mic's turned down a little bit. Okay, so he's now shooting over there. The problem that I've obviously got is in the code that I just added. So if I now rebuild that, we should see the autopilot completely screw up, I think. It looks like he's not, let's see, hopefully it'll load in time. Oh no, it's crashed. Yeah, no, it's crashed because he can't actually land on a planet in this mode. But we can easily restart it and figure out why he's not working. So what I've been working on is getting the ships to fly of their own accord, as you can see there. But unfortunately, it looks like excuse me a second. Okay, so hopefully, just need to turn off notifications. There we go. Yeah, no, look, he's completely broken. He's not able to decelerate. So I've done something in the code here which isn't quite right. So what I've been adding, as you can see here, is I've been changing it so that various different top speeds and things like that are actually built into the code now. Sorry, into the data rather than into the code. So the problem was that the top speeds change. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's because his top speed is too high. Okay, so let's change it back to what it was before. It could be that if his top speed is that high, he isn't able to decelerate quickly enough to be able to land at the jump gate, which we need to check. So let's see if that will help. Now I need to restart the game if that's the case. So let's see. So he's now shooting off to the same gate again. The rectangles are just there for debugging purposes, so we can see which segment of the space he is in at the moment. Okay. So yeah, no, he's still not right. He's still zooming around all over the place. That could be a rotation issue. Let's have a look at the code that I've changed. So the thing that I removed was his engine acceleration was 60, his rotation acceleration was 80. Acceleration was 80. Ooh, did I get those the wrong way around? Rotational acceleration is 60, engine acceleration is 80. But here I've got the rotation, 60 and 80. So that's fine. Let's just make sure I'm loading those correctly. Or actually, I could just break in the right code here. He's the only ship that's loading at the moment, so he is kind of able to work, but he's not being as successful as he used to be. And it looks like the rotation stuff is the stuff that he's struggling with. He's managed to at least navigate there now. So if I search for rotational acceleration, no, not in there. That's the only place it's being used, but that is correct. Maybe 2 times engine acceleration. Let's just have a look here. So the sim engine acceleration, let's just make sure that that looks right. Yeah, the engine acceleration is 80, the top speed squared is 90,000, which is correct. So we should have had up here somewhere the top speed squared. Where's that? That should have all just worked, no too far. Yeah, that is correct. That is definitely correct. So yeah, I'm reasonably happy that that was working fine before. And it looks like the calculation should be, for the reduction, should be the same. Where's that code here? Where before it said this, but that's the same thing. So it shouldn't make any difference at all. Oh no, we shouldn't change it here. Don't change it in there. Yeah, it shouldn't make any difference if I change that back to how it was before. That won't make any difference. Okay, let's just run him again. And he'll load the new code next frame. There he goes. So he's now... That really shouldn't make any difference. So we've got a dp squared length. Let's just check to see what that is. Which is that. Which is the length, the distance he is from his target. And the engine acceleration is in the sim. That's 80, so that should be 160. And then we do a distance squared. So that's the square of his velocity. And then the max deceleration, yeah. That's the max distance that he can decelerate in, which is 263 meters. So that should be fine. Okay, here he goes. He seems to be working fine now. I wonder. Let's just run him again. Send him off to that jump gate again. And then let's just make sure that I'm not doing something stupid here. So off he goes. let's just assert, oh, I can't change it in here. Where are we? Assert max decel is equal to dp squared length divided by sim engine acceleration times 2. Yeah, you see what's he going now? That was weird. Okay, so let's just roll that. Make sure I'm not doing something stupid here. It's not. Maybe the precedence of those numbers is incorrect. Okay, that's confusing. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Let's do another max d2 with dp squared length divided by 2 times sim engine acceleration. And I want to see the two numbers. I can just break here. Right, so I'll need to restart the game. Run it again. Okay, let's see. I'm sure I thought they'd be the same, maybe they're not. Okay, let's just start in space. Right. Let's let it run for a little bit actually. Okay. So max. Right, so it looks like max d2 is the real number. Max d2 is what I was expecting to get, but it looks like max decel is the thing that it was actually using. So it feels like we're actually being much more cautious than we should have been. No, we're being less. Yes, we were being more cautious than we should have been. Because if you think about how this works, it's yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, it looks like that is just doing that. It's using the divide first rather than the times, which I didn't realize. Which means that the max deceleration of 155 meters is basically the point at which it should start decelerating. Whereas if we use the engine's acceleration and then times that whole thing by 2, yeah, it's not working because it's not accelerating quickly enough. What I could do is I want to change that to be the correct one, because without that it's confusing. Okay, so if max decel, so what we could do is say max decel this is the maximum distance in which it can decelerate, if that makes sense. So 155 meters is the shortest period of time in which it can decelerate, but it feels like it wants to decelerate quicker than that. So I want some sort of epsilon or kind of extra area with safety band equals max decel times 2. And then we can just do it like this. Okay, so let's see how well he navigates when we do this. He is managing to do it, it's just much harder for him. So let's start in space, off he goes. So he's accelerating fine now, he's within 4K at the moment. Okay, so he's got plenty of distance to go. And then he should start dropping his speed reasonably soon. There we go, he's dropping his speed now. Yeah, reasonably easy for him to do that. There we go, off he goes. And then he heads off to the moon. So off he goes. And he should again. He's kind of gone in the wrong direction here, so let's see how well he navigates to the moon. Yeah, really easily. So that's fine. So that's kind of working. What I really want to see is what happens when you see lots of AI ships doing this, and for this I need to start the game in a different mode. So let's try that, shall we? See how that goes. Okay, so let's go generate new history. Okay, now we're going to need to grab some cash and grab a ship and go and have a look. So this is our home. This is the full game mode. So if we go into here, actually no, I need to get some cash first because I haven't got any cash. So let's go to the bank. Let's talk to Dalton. Dalton, give us some cash. I'll take a loan from you, thank you. Right, and then we can borrow, I know we can borrow at least one ship here. So we can borrow this one. Great. And then we should be able to board that ship, the Tearful Brain, and then launch. Here we go. So now, yeah, this is now a slower ship from the other two, which isn't surprising because it's just not as fast as those other ones. Top speed is reasonably good. Now I know you shouldn't really have a top speed. Doesn't really make much sense, but you know. Right. So let's see how we do when we get close to this guy. Whoa, I overshot it. Not paying attention. Okay, let's see. Yeah, he seems to be doing fine. He goes. There's another one, another couple turning up here. Yeah, oh, that guy's behaving weirdly, not quite sure why. This guy, is he able to connect? Is he able to jump in? Yeah, he seems to be orbiting it rather than actually stopping. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, again, it doesn't look like he's coping so well with the distance, interestingly. They all seem to be going backwards. I'm not sure why that's happening. That's a new bug. I need to look into that. Interesting. Yeah, this collar thing that I put on, the safety band, isn't really working. Yeah, this guy's managed to get himself in a mess. He's kind of spinning around the thing. He's not able to get to it. I need to increase the top speed anyway, I think, because that's what it's supposed to be. I mean, it almost feels like I should go back to what I had before, which is something a bit like this. And that's actually a bug, but it just seems to work better. Let's see how they do. Yeah, these weird lights, I need to fix those. Okay, here we go. What about that guy spinning around? There he is. See, now he's able to dock. That's really frustrating. Yeah, he's jumping. There we go. Let's us jump as well. Let's go and see what's going on. Okay, here we go. This guy, yeah, he's coming in. Let's just zoom out a little bit so we can see what's going on with the other ships. Zoom. Let's just zoom out to like 900 meters. Let's see, shall we? Okay, there we go. The banding is simply there in order to test the space sector stuff. In fact, I need to turn that off, which is easy to do. Rectangle. Where are my debug rectangles? Yeah, these ones here. Yeah, I can turn these off. I don't need these on at the moment. Yeah, these guys are seeming to jump okay, yeah. He's jumping down. Yeah, we've got some more ships coming in. You can see the flashing. Here's one. So I'm tempted to leave that as it is. They seem to be coming in nicely. Yeah, it's a good start. It's a good start. We'll go with that. Let's see. Yeah, that's all working really nicely. These little ships are coming in nicely, so I don't know if I want to change it. I think I'm going to leave it as it is, even though the code isn't quite right. I'm going to put a big note on it. Note, this should have been v2 divided by 2a, not v2 divided by a, or 2 times v2 divided by a, but for some reason this formula just works better. Okay, good. Happy with that. So this guy, whoa, he just shot straight past us. Maybe he's probably going to the moon. Okay. So let's get these other ships in. That's what I wanted to do. I've got another ship, but I want to see the AI have other ships. So let's do that now. Okay. So we've got, where do we choose the new ships? Here. So if we are a freelance trader, at the moment we just choose the ship index, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want to give them a different ship. So the different ships are based on wealth. So we've got a value multiple here, which is basically how much each of these things is worth. And we kind of want to, I'm just going to shut this off to help the stream so I can see a bit more too. So instead of just using number 1, which is the Ocelot, I want this to be different types of ship based on the wealth of the character. Now we know what the wealth of the character is. We can do an attribute test on it. We can do this thing. So what we can do here is we can say something like, if we could do something like, let's think about this. We basically want to give them a particular ship based on their wealth. So the wealth is anything from, just show you the wealth. The wealth is just an attribute. It's anything from legendary down to terrible, so 1 to 8. And the ships I want to give them are basically 1 to 25. So what we could do is times their wealth by 4, and then just give them a ship that matches the value multiple. The biggest ship that they can afford, basically. That's not too bad, I can do that. So let's do it like that, that's fine. So we've got the human, we know what their attribute for wealth is. Okay, we can do affordable value multiple, and we're going to times that by 4, which means it's not basically, if they have a multiple of 7, they'll get 28 ships. So if they've got an excellent wealth or higher, they'll get the 25 ship, otherwise they'll end up with one of these smaller ones. So let's just do it like this. So we want to loop through the ship types. I'm not sure we actually ever loop through the ship types. Let's see if we can do that. Ship types, there they are. So we can do for ship type index equals 0. And then we've got ship types state ship, oh no, that's wrong. Ship type index is less than ship type count, ship type index plus plus. And then we can say if, we'll do it like this. Freelancer ship type index. If freelancer ship type index is, let's just grab the ship type first, and we'll take it from here, because we know what the value multiple is. Value multiple is less than or equal to our affordable one, and ship type value multiple is greater than chosen ship type value multiple, then we will set the chosen ship type to be this ship type. That's it. So basically, if we can afford it and it's a bigger ship than the previous one, and we don't need this, we can just do ship type chosen ship type equals 0. And then we can also do assert at the end of that chosen ship type cannot afford any ships as a freelance trader. That shouldn't be allowed to happen. Okay, so we've now got the chosen ship type, so we can put it in here, chosen ship type, like so. Brilliant. It didn't work because that's not the name of the variable. Okay, so now, in theory, we should have a bunch of different ships being chosen. Let's just see if this works. So generate us a history. It didn't work. So the reason is because, of course, the chosen ship type is not set to anything. So if there's no chosen ship type, or those things are true. So that's fine. Try that again. Sorry, that's just a stupid bug. Okay, let's try this. Create new history. Great, cool, and you can see immediately that because our wife, who is a freelance trader, I believe, yep, she is reasonably wealthy, doing all right financially. She's got a decent ship. That's a bit big for doing all right financially. Just feels like that's an, oh, she's gone, she's flown off. That feels expensive, personally, to me. I don't know, it just feels expensive. So let's see, what have I got with the value multiples? I think if they're kind of average, then they shouldn't be. Okay, that's a 15. She'll have, with that wealth, she will have average wealth. So 4 times 4 is 16. Yeah, I don't think she can afford that. It's just too expensive. So average wealth, you really should be affording, let's see, the Cougar Max. So that can be, yeah, so if we make that 3 rather than 4, that's probably better. Okay. But anyway, we should be able to see these different people with different ships in a minute. If I go and find some more money, ask for a loan. These loans are reasonably good value here. So they won't be as easy, it won't be as easy to grab a ship in the future. Right, I know I can afford that one. Board and launch. And we should, in theory, if we say head to a gate or something, we should be able to see some ships flying around now. Hopefully, of different types. I may just zoom in a bit. Oh, slow down. It's an entire vacuum, this world, so if I'm not careful, there we go. So here comes a ship. Fantastic, it's working. Obviously got tiny engines, which isn't quite right, but it's not terrible.